going to head into a brand new Q&A. I love doing these with you guys. So if you guys want to keep them up, here's what you're going to want to do. And I will try to talk like a normal person. Here we go. To get in on all the fun that is Q&As with Taeler Hendrix, here's what you're going to want to do. You will get featured on this podcast, Talks with Taeler Hendrix with myself, on versosbrand.com. You will also get your chance to be featured on my YouTube channel, All Things Taeler, for things like Q&A Wednesdays, or if I can't publish it on a Wednesday, it's weekly Q&As with Taeler Hendrix. You're going to want to head on over to my YouTube channel. The link's on one of the sides here. You're going to hit the subscribe button, scroll down to the latest Q&A video, hit the thumbs up, and then you're going to comment your question in the comments below that video for your chance to be featured on both my YouTube channel and this podcast. All right, here we go. Looks like we've got 11 new questions this week. Here we go. First question up on the docket for Q&As with Taeler Hendrix is this: which former opponents would you happily wrestle again? How much time do you have? Because I was actually pretty darn lucky. I wrestled a lot of amazing people. So let's see. I would definitely welcome the opportunity to wrestle Victoria again. I absolutely adore Lisa Marie Varon. I would definitely welcome the opportunity to wrestle Mickie James again. You know, I would have loved to. That whole story between her and I is just so amazing. It really solidified for me what type of woman she is outside of the ring as well as in the ring. So I will never forget that experience. I'm sorry if I keep messing with my bangs. They are new. It's less than a week, so I'm still not used to it. Let's see. I would definitely welcome the chance to wrestle Santana Garrett again, Mandy Leon, Velvet Sky. Let me see here. Kelly Klein, Sumi Sakai. Let's see. Casey Catal. Katie Lee Burchell. I've wrestled her quite a few times. Love her. I would welcome, oh gosh, Awesome Kong. Let me see here. Giselle Shaw. Twisted Sisters. Let me see. Yeah, the list just goes on and on. I don't think we have enough time. The next question up is, that number 2 is, are there any opponents that you would refuse to wrestle again? Yes. I do have a short list of people that I will say are, quote, a hard pass. If you know, you know. I will not say their names, but they know who they are, and don't worry, they'll be in the book. Question number 3. Did you see Edge debut for AEW? Spoiler alert, and no, I did not. I've had my hands full. I had a family emergency, and so right now I am actually taking care of one of my family members right now. So I have not really had any time as of the last like two and a half weeks for any sort of television. The next question is thoughts on the WWE merger with Endeavor Group. Okay, what's really funny about this question is I actually wrote a lengthy piece, actually like cataloging the different things that I think are worth noting about this merger, and I did that for Fightful.com. So that article should be coming out soon, at least in theory, I would assume so. And I think many things. Number 1, I think as an investor, this is probably really good for you. Number 2, I also think this broadens the horizons for the WWE because of Endeavor Group's, they kind of transcend sports entertainment. They have so many connections with, you know, like the music industry, with acting. They represent so many different people. There's so many different avenues that they can cash in on those connections for the WWE as a whole, as well as the superstars, which could also give them more longevity in their careers, which is a win-win, because sometimes you're not really in control of when that career ends. You know, you're always one match away from a career-ending injury or something that could end your life. You know, you just don't know. You know, there's chemistry, there's, you know, timing, there's all these different things. Every time you set foot in the ring with someone, you are putting your life on the line. That may sound dramatic, but it's the truth. You know, life-threatening, career-threatening injuries happen. Also, bad storylines can ruin a career. You know, just tainted associations, you know, whether warranted or not. There's so many different things that are out of your control in many different industries like sports entertainment with the WWE. Another thing I think is they have a really great production quality format, which will be amazing for WWE programming as well as the superstars, because it gives them an even more polished package on top of what they already have with the WWE, which is excellent. Whenever there are people that want to put you in your best light, that's a good team. I also think that this brings more revenue to the WWE as well as to Endeavor Group. So there's so many different things that are involved here. Now, on this podcast, we did predict that come Q4, there would be cuts. And that's exactly what we saw. And I'm predicting now, since we were already right about the last one, I'm predicting there are going to be more cuts before the holidays. Now that, you know, Endeavor Group and the merger is official, they are now TKO Group Holdings on the New York Stock Exchange. And now that they're going to start getting the lay of the land, so to speak, you're going to be seeing some more of those layoffs, both behind the scenes and from talent. You know, it's unfortunate, but that's kind of what happens. And I do want to note that there is a major difference between a sale and a merger. I hear a lot of people saying sale, but this isn't a sale, it's a merger. If it was a sale, it just certain things would be different, okay? But I think this is great for investors. I think this is really great for Endeavor Group. And I also think this was great for Vince McMahon, but it is also very emotional. You know, he built a lot of what we see today, even if people don't want to give him the credit for it. You know, he bought WWE from his father, I think in, what was it, 1982 for like $1 million in 1982, right? And now he sold it for billions. He sold most of his stake in the company. So this is the first time in the WWE's history since they pulled out of the territories that where Vince McMahon does not have a majority stake in the company. He does still have, I think, roughly give or take around 19%. Endeavor Group has 51% with Ari Emanuel at the helm. And the rest is comprised of the investors for TKO Group Holdings. So there is a lot that goes into something like this. We can do a whole episode just on that, believe me. Let's see. The next question is, what are some makeup brands you like using? Oh, questions like this don't come up that often. Okay. I really like using Vinyl Cosmetics, which is in the United States. I like using American Woman Beauty. I like using Vinyl Cosmetics. I like using It Cosmetics. I like Widow Witch Lashes. I like some stuff from Ion, and a few more trickled in there. So yeah. Number 6, the question is schools you'd recommend in wrestling. This comes up a lot, and I do have to say, before I name some of them, I highly suggest, I see people do this a lot, and even I made this mistake when I was in high school, but I mean, I didn't have many options because I was still in high school. I couldn't just pick up and go. But if you're fully an adult or emancipated adult, whatever your situation is, and you can physically leave on your own without permission from a caregiver, I suggest not being a tree with roots stuck in the ground. Okay, you're a human being. You can pick up and leave a situation anytime you want to. It's just a matter of how badly do you want to. And with that being said, do not pick any Joe Schmo school just because it's local to you. That could potentially give you bad habits that negatively affect your career. You'll also spend more time learning what not to do instead of what to do. Some of the stuff you will be learning and or habits that you pick up from the people there could be detrimental to your time at WWE because maybe they have to spend more time with you in developmental, reteaching you things so you have their style. So it really all depends on your goals, what you want to do in this business. And also too, if you're going to be spending that money and racking up your bump card, you might as well be learning what to do instead of spending such a long time learning what not to do. So yeah, pick a school that has a reputation and a track record of the successes that you ultimately want to achieve. Whether it's, you know, okay, you know, X amount of people from that school went to WWE and actually did something in WWE instead of just making it to WWE, because there is a difference. And I also say recommend schools where the trainer is somebody. You know, you want to have that rub, but you also want to be learning from someone who's credible. Anybody can learn moves. Anybody can wrestle. And I know it's a controversial thing, like in Ratatouille, anybody can cook. But it's true. Anybody can wrestle. Not everybody can be a superstar. There is a difference. It's your job to figure out what that difference is, okay? So schools I would recommend, I would highly recommend Tom Pritchard and Glenn Jacobs School. They have a lot of people going into NWA, TNA, and WWE. And I mean, Tom Pritchard alone has, you know, some of the best of the who's who of wrestling superstars under his belt and his tutelage. So, I mean, of course. I highly recommend OVW. I learned so much from going there. That was probably the best teachings of my entire career. And a lot of the situations that I was able to navigate was because of the teachings there. I also highly recommend Rip Rogers because you will learn things from him that nobody else has the guts to teach you. Let me see here. I also recommend Monster Factory with Danny Cage and Melissa Sampson. Let me see here. I would start there. So a better question would be like where you're located, because also there's 2 schools in Canada that are doing really good things. One of them being Lance Storm School, and the other one, I believe, by Milan Miracle. Obviously, you guys know who that is. So yeah, it really all depends. where you are. But yeah, give me more specifics and I can answer more of that for you. Let's see here. Next question, number 7. What is something you feel has gotten worse, not better in wrestling? Okay, this is actually pretty easy, but there's so many different answers that I could say. One thing that I think is getting worse and not better is so many people are getting opportunities too fast. And that may sound like I'm like a jaded old vet, but no, it's true, because I spent more than half of my life in wrestling so far. I started when I was 17. I was still in high school. I was a minor. I was legit innocent in every sense of the word when I set foot for the first time in a wrestling ring. I had no business being in this business. Still to this day, I think that. And I think when you take the time to really hone and earn your spots and stuff, you get a sense of gratitude that you don't have when, and you get a sense of value that you don't really have when something's just given. Think of people that are takers. They take, and they use, but they don't really appreciate it, as opposed to when you work really hard for something and buy it on your own, for example. I guess that would be like a regular person way to describe what I see happening in wrestling. I see so many people getting opportunities too fast, too soon. They get a big head too fast. It doesn't match where they are. And then they end up like feeling like they're stuck in the mud, like a car that's stuck in the mud and the tires are just turning, and they're getting dirty and they're not going anywhere and they don't understand why. And you know, you see these stars get so bright, so fast, and then they fizzle out just as fast and they have no idea, did not see it coming. I've spoken to quite a few people that I've been helping mentor recently, and no, I'm not going to say who they are, it's private. And I see this happening to them and they don't understand it. They don't see how they're getting used. They don't see what's going on. They're losing the art of it and the slow ascent, the slow build into your fullest potential. Now, obviously, I don't think that you should be going to every Joe Schmo show, right? You know, quality over quantity. Even when you're younger in the business, don't be afraid to cut your teeth on some smaller, less than savory shows, you know what I'm saying? But don't make that your entire life. You have to build yourself somewhere. Obviously, you have to have a certain amount of integrity and a moral compass, but I just see so many people fizzling out far before their time. And you see these people that have big heads. Like, for example, there was somebody that was on social media. They haven't even been in wrestling for not even 4 months, and they're already asking over $300 per booking. Like, that may not sound like a lot of money to some people, but for people that have been in wrestling for a while and they see somebody that's like 3.5 months in or something like that, it's like less than 4 months in, like they're barely the 4-month mark, and they're talking about charging $300 and getting mad at bookers and stuff, like blatantly on social media. It's so crazy, because like I remember the first time I got paid more than $15, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that people should be paid less. I'm just saying you have to be paid. This is a business, so you have to charge a rate that you know you're going to make the promoter and booker that much or more. Because if not, then they're losing money on you, and that's a bad investment. And if a booker makes too many bad investments on too many shows, eventually they go out of business, and then the wrestlers don't realize that they are a part of that problem.